The regular recommended daily dose of funny is just not enough. Thankfully, we have extra funny with TJ and Riggins.
So, you ever all of a sudden get a whiff of something and you think, is that me? I just did that because I smelled my shirt because I was smelling something, but it's not me. And Riggins, you remember when we worked in a trashy radio station with other trashy radio people? Every time somebody would put something in the microwave that had an onion smell to it, I thought it was me. I was so what do you call it? Paranoid about it.
Yeah.
Start putting his face down in his shirt, making sure he doesn't stink.
What did you just get a whiff of? Was it vomit-ish?
No, it wasn't the vomit that you're wearing today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lindsay's son, little baby son, threw up on her last night, and she didn't have time to take a shower before she came in. So. Bless it.
I did.
Yeah.
Bless it.
Yeah, what were you, body odor kind of thing?
No, it was just like a mildewy smell.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Huh.
Any day. Oh, yeah, any day.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather smell like poop or vomit?
Rob goes, mmm.
That's a good question.
Delicious. Delicious.
Very ponderous. What you got?
I think I'd rather smell like poop because the vomit smell is something that just
Sticks with you?
it sticks, especially if there's like dairy involved. I mean, you know.
There is a guy he's an EMT in New Orleans. And he's on one of those A&E reality shows. And you know, if you're an EMT in New Orleans, you're seeing some shit. I mean,
Yeah, pretty busy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he can go and deal with gunshots, stab wounds, busted heads, any kind of gory kind of thing that you can imagine. And then I was watching an episode and he can handle all of that. But when somebody was throwing up, he had to ask his partner just to take over because he couldn't deal with it. He went off and threw up himself. He's like, he's
I get that.
getting queasy and stuff.
That's bad.
I get that.
I thought you were going to say it was poop, but it was throw up.
Yeah. But, you know, when you have kids, you just have to deal with that kind of stuff. I mean, they don't know that what they're doing is heinous.
Right.
Yeah,
What they do from their anus is heinous.
Yeah.
All that pooping.
It's obviously not something you think about before you have kids, that this is going to happen quite frequently.
When they were babies, you ever have to give them suppositories?
I haven't had to do that yet,
Yeah.
but I do vividly remember my mom having to give me one when I was 26. I was 6 years old. I'll never forget. I was watching Ernest Saves Christmas. I'll never forget. I can't even watch that movie anymore.
Classic. Ernest Saves
I honestly don't even know why it was on. I think my brothers were, but I remember laying on the couch thinking, this is it. Like, I'm going to die watching Ernest Saves Christmas. My mom's back here.
Yeah.
Holy
so you were constipated?
Yeah. Or I was sick or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes they'll give you, for babies, Riggins, they'll give you a suppository to give to them that's not, to make them poop. Sometimes it has to do with other things like stopping them from pooping.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it's not a fun part because they don't like it.
No,
Come to find out, they don't.
Little babies don't like that.
No.
that's a tough day.
Well,
Yeah.
and they say now, and probably then when you had kids too, younger kids, to put the thermometer in, their bottom when you're checking their temp because it's the only way that's accurate. And I refuse to do it. I'm like, I will use that head, thermometer because it's close enough, right?
Yeah. Right. So
we're close enough.
Right. So you take them to the doctor for their checkups and everything, or when they're sick. They don't do it that way.
Right. And every time they're like, now this is the best way. You really need to do this at home. I'm like, well, you don't do it here.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
I think they just giggle sometimes and go, let's see how they handle that.
Yeah. Wow. Like, this girl's going to fall apart when she does. Yeah, you're right. I'm losing it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that kind of stuff that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No.
It's just like, Riggins, you having to comb and wash poop out of your dog's fur. you know.
Yeah.
Every once in a while. Yeah. It's not a glamorous job, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's a similar type situation, but a lot more of it when
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
a kid.
Right.
Trying to think of what movie I would want to be watching while I got something shoved up my ass. It's not Ernest
It's
Saves
not Ernest.
Christmas. No.
My brother loved the Ernest movies when he was little. I don't know why. I don't know how. I'm not even sure they're still around.
What if it's just an option between the two?
Yeah.
You have to watch Ernest
Saves Christmas.
Christmas or get something shoved up your ass.
I think I'm taking the second one. How long is that? How long is the movie?
It's a couple hours. I mean, you
I think I'm
gotta,
taking the suppository.
yeah.
Fire away.
I can't even remember. He wasn't funny, but what was his?
No, he was
What was his
funny.
shtick?
You know what I mean, Vern?
Yeah, Vern.
Yeah, he was funny to a lot of people. He was just he just played this old dumb country character.
Okay.
He started off just doing commercials for like PSAs for the electric company
Oh, okay.
wherever he was from, and then people saw it and decided to give him national commercials, and then it all just spun out of control there. He's in those first Toy Story movies. He does a voice in those.
No.
Yeah, he's the weenie dog, I think.
Yeah, Slinky Dog.
The Slinky Dog.
Oh my gosh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's all because I remember his voice, and now that you say that, okay, because I watched Toy Story.
Slinky Dog.
Yeah, Rob's got to be like, you can actually believe him. I confirm. what he's saying.
Well, you said-
I know.
Yeah.
And,
So was he?
I'm a Disney expert.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Pixar. They called me in high school.
You called him Weenie Dog. I was just making sure we knew the right one is Slinky Dog.
Slinky Dog.
I knew exactly who. Yeah.
Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah,
But she didn't believe me until you vouched for it.
that's true. That's true.
He's like, wait, you stepped into my ring here. You got to fight.
Yeah.
Pause. Let me tell her. Okay.
You gotta, yeah. Oh yeah.
True. But yeah, he was a good guy, though. He was a good guy.
Like slapstick. I can't picture his
Yeah.
movies at all.
Yeah,
but-
because he would do these. What was funny about these commercials that he would do is that his neighbor was Vern,
okay.
and that's where you know what I mean, Vern. And he would come over as the know-it-all country bumpkin that didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
And he would reach in and grab something, and then it would shock him.
Okay.
He'd go, oh, what you got to do is you got to turn this still doohickey here, and then pull himself off of it and go, ooh, you better watch that one. Know what I mean, Vern?
Oh yeah.
And my dad, when that first came out, he thought that was the funniest shit. Because you're
Yeah.
talking about Mr. Bubba Teeth, Mr. Billy Bass.
Yeah.
That kind of sense of humor my dad has.
Yeah.
There's a place for it. It just, I haven't watched one of those in a long time. It'll be curious to see if those hold up at all.
no way.
Can you still laugh out loud at an Ernest movie? I don't
Yeah.
Absolutely no way that they hold up.
know.
So Riggins gets kind of surprised that a lot of these 80s movies that are classics that I've never seen because I grew up in the 80s. I should have seen them. I got another one for you. I don't know if you know this one. So,
Really? Okay, good.
I'll tell you next.
More extra funny next.
Our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here. 704-800-4719. So what's up with the feds?
The feds have lowered the rate at more than we thought they would. So that means it's a time to refinance your home. Get out of your high mortgage rate that you received over the past few years when you bought a house. We'll do a rate and term. It's very simple, very inexpensive, and you won't even have to have a house payment until 2025.
It's crazy. So call them today, 704-800-4719 or homewithrichard.com for the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. A new call and text the show option where you can send us a text or leave us a voicemail, which we may even use on the show. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Great sponsors like Lily and Grace, Design, Home, Living. It's Lily and Grace. Go to tjriggins.com/LG to find out more. That's tjriggins.com/LG.
Welcome to Extra Funny with TJ and Riggins.
More funny than should be allowed by law. I know I shouldn't feel this way before I get into the movie that I haven't seen, Riggins, that you're going to be surprised. I know I shouldn't feel this way, but I can't help it. I feel like I'm being pretentious or flexing or something, which I never, that's one of the things that I strive to not make people think that I'm trying to be younger than I am, and to think that I'm bragging about something or being I don't know, cocky or arrogant about something. Because I do that as a joke. The snob humor and all is one of my favorite comedy techniques. But I'm not really. I'm the opposite of that. So I have this hat that I've been wearing for a while. It's white, and it's a trucker hat. It's the Richardson 112 design. And it's white in the back, and it's got the front part of it is red. And on one side it says 45, and on the other side it says 47, which stands for Donald Trump, the 45th president and the 47th president. And every time I wear it, and something gets put up on social media about it, or somebody sees the video, people just hit my DMs like, "Where did you get that hat? Where did you get that hat?" And I always have to, because they do make them, but they don't make them just like this. I actually designed this hat, and then my little friend Jenny had them made for the four of us.
Oh,
Nice.
And so I have to say, well, I mean, it was specially made,
custom.
you know.
I love that.
whatever.
One
Custom.
of one.
That's one of four.
Yeah.
I love that. Because I love stuff
yeah.
like that. But you don't. I know that you hate saying that.
Right.
It's called couture. Look it up.
Yeah. Haute couture.
So what do you think? Are they
I
always
have to tell
heartbroken?
I'll say my little friend Jenny had them made, which is the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she does a lot of merch through her gym and her dad's racing business and all that kind of stuff.
She doesn't sell them?
No.
She just made them?
No, she, yeah.
She should sell them now because, or
Yeah, I mean,
do
they're
you
just
want
numbers.
it to
I
be?
mean,
Well,
didn't even know you-
have you seen those white, I don't know what style you call them, but women wear them all the time, the white hat with, it's taller and it's got the rope around it, you know, in the front. Well, have you seen when she and Jody wear those that say Trump on the front and Vance on the side?
I was just going to ask you where they got that because I saw her post and they were wearing it and they're a good fit.
Yeah, they're great hats, but those were part of these. Like she got, you know, 4 of each made, but then Jody told her she should sell the white ones.
Right.
So then she went and ordered a bunch of them, and then didn't follow through with the selling them.
She just has them.
Yeah. So, and you know, Jody, she's like, Jenny, you got to get on selling those hats. I told you I'll put them on and sell them on the internet, do all of the stuff. But you just have to tell me, you know, how you want to do it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. And then never did.
What an annoying kind of personality.
I know, right?
It's so annoying when you do like half of the project and
Yeah.
then
Lose interest.
Lose interest quickly. That must be so annoying.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I
right.
wouldn't know what that's like.
Yeah, it's funny.
So yeah, I just, and I know people going, what is that? You're just trying to brag on it now by acting like you don't like bragging, but I don't. To have to say it was made especially for me, even though I don't mean it that way. I'm always paranoid about how stuff like that comes off.
I get that. Yeah.
You know, like when I'm escorted to the front of the line wherever I go, because I'm a celebrity.
It's just like that.
And I was like, don't walk. Can we go in the back so I don't have to walk past all these,
Yeah.
you know, normies, as I call them.
Normies. Those normies.
The have-nots.
That's the one thing I love walking past the crowd, like to the front.
Really?
Like, get me to the front of the club, sir. But yeah, you never did like that.
That's funny.
I'm getting all kinds of texts right now. One of them's from Adam, our manager, because he thinks that we only record for an hour every morning, remember?
Oh, right.
He does, yeah.
And he thinks we're already at home.
It's like, you know what? You're going to be out of there
Lickety split.
Lickety split.
Go back to bed, Adam. Give it another 20 minutes.
Yeah, did you hear us saying that he told Alexis the other day when she was coming in that we're only here about an hour recording? That's all it would take.
He literally
An
said
hour.
it.
She
Wow.
said an hour. Yeah.
Wow. That's great. Not at all. Not at all. Correct.
So, the movie that I haven't seen that was a classic from the 80s, and I also I've never seen any of the TV show that followed on the tail of the movie was Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never seen any of that. I always thought that character was annoying, and
Yeah.
it wasn't, my type of humor. Yeah.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure was what it was called, I think.
Right, it was, yeah. And I want to say Ernest, we were talking about earlier, may have been in that. I'm not sure.
I believe it. They're kind of similar. I mean, just kind of wacky, crazy characters.
Yeah, it was one called Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Goes to Camp.
Camp,
Ernest
yeah.
is Scary Halloween, something about Halloween. Says
I think
Christmas.
Pee Wee was way creepier, though, just in my head as a kid, was creepier than Ernest.
Yeah.
Well,
there was definitely the creepy element with Pee Wee after he got arrested for doing what he was doing.
Yeah, he was in an adult theater loving himself.
Yeah.
He got caught and arrested. But,
Right.
I mean, he was a super talented guy. Paul Rubens was a great actor.
And who would have known, though, from him doing that character, right?
That he was so good as an actor.
yeah.
I don't know. But
He didn't appear in a lot of other movies or anything, but he did have a couple cameos, as I recall. But as a kid, he had like puppets, and it was definitely.
Oh, it
I
was a
think,
children's show
it was
on
for kids.
Saturdays, yeah.
But you'd never seen somebody like, I mean, he was going nuts.
Man, and the thing is that the reason that was so hard on his career, no pun intended, is that, it would be different if he were just a regular movie star, but he did children's programming, and, he's out at an adult theater loving himself and gets arrested for it. And back then, people actually cared about such things and say, I don't want my kids watching him.
Yeah.
Right.
And he made this big, I remember they made a big return with him at the MTV Music Awards or something.
Yeah.
And after his arrest, then he comes back out dressed as Pee Wee and he's like, hey, have you heard any good jokes lately or something like that? I mean, it was weird. And then they tried to revive Pee Wee a couple years ago on Netflix. And I think the nostalgia factor had completely worn off. People were like, I don't really want to watch Pee Wee as an adult.
You know who played his sidekick? Do you remember that?
Who played Pee Wee's sidekick? No, I don't remember.
Lawrence Fishburne.
What? Lawrence Fishburne.
Really? Okay, that I had not known that.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
crazy.
God.
Okay, but now that okay. I see wow.
Oh.
I mean, back then, I guess I didn't know who he, when
Yeah,
we
but I mean, that
watched
was
it, but
before he became such a big movie star.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a
Lawrence's
superstar.
hair is aggressive.
Yeah.
He's got a good head of hair.
Oh, I remember that character.
I did not.
Yeah. That's
Or
funny.
Is that a wig?
Yeah, I'm sure it's weird.
But I mean, I'm surprised his career didn't get ruined for beating the shit out of Tina Turner. You remember Lawrence Fishburne was beating the shit out of Tina Turner?
Eat the cake, anime.
Yeah. And then, he rebounded from that, and he did the Matrix and all those other things.
Yeah.
John Wick, he's in everything.
Scot free.
Stuff I have never seen. Just talking about.
Well, he played the part of Tina Turner's ex-husband that abused her and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
You want to
scary.
talk about some wigs? There were some wigs going on in that. I remember his wig in that. As I think, if I'm remembering that.
Ike and Tina Turner.
Sure.
Yeah. You've never seen What's Love Got to Do with It?
Well, I wasn't talking about that when you said Matrix, all the dorky stuff
Oh,
after
yeah, I haven't
that.
seen
Yeah,
that.
okay.
I just know that he was in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, John Wick's not dorky. That's a good one you wouldn't like it.
Keanu?
Yeah.
That's cool shit.
Yeah, that's a guy thing,
Yeah.
pretty much, or masculine women.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Not me.
You mean you're not a masculine woman?
I mean,
Look how she's sitting right now. She's like,
John Wick.
she's like
John Wick.
little Miss Muffet.
Yeah.
It's extra funny with TJ and Riggins. Add TJRiggins.com to your phone's home screen. Open your phone's browser, type TJRiggins.com, and click the top banner to learn how to easily add to both iOS and Android phones. Everything is now on the homepage, TJRiggins.com.
Hey, it's Riggins, and if you love dogs like me, it's heartbreaking when you see posts online that show a cute dog at the shelter with a last day deadline. Wouldn't it be awesome if there were no more last day calls for these dogs? There's a great new organization called No More Last Days. They just launched a website with one goal: to help dogs while featuring like-minded organizations who do good work. Visit tjriggins.com/lastdays or visit them in person at the booth at the Carolina Renaissance Festival every weekend through November and see how they're making a difference and how you can help. tjriggins.com/lastdays.
Hey, it's TJ, and I am not going to be playing golf November 11th at Northstone Country Club in Huntersville for our golf tournament, but I am going to be there to thank you for your support of Peyton's Promise, our charity, and what we're doing to help with Hurricane Helene relief. Get signed up today at tjriggins.com/golf. That's tjriggins.com/golf.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Sponsors like CompuCom, because every company is a technology company now. But becoming a fully enabled digital workplace isn't easy. Let CompuCom help. CompuCom.com for more information. That's CompuCom.com for CompuCom.